Hello everybody, it's Uncle Matt, and I'm here to read you another bedtime story. Hey, I just want to let you know, it's May 3rd. May the 3rd be with you. No. I think it should be tomorrow. May the 4th be with you. Kind of sounds like May the 4th be with you. May the 4th. Anyways, we're going to read a story today to get you ready for May the 4th be with you. To get you ready for Star Wars. And if you're like me, this is open time, confession time. I'm more of a Star Trek guy, not a Star Wars guy. So I thought to prepare you and to prepare me a bit for May 4th, which is tomorrow. You know, let's get used to some of these Star Wars words and, you know, lingo. And to do that, I'm going to read you Star Wars, Creatures Big and Small, the Galactic Basic Edition, written by Calliope Glass and Caitlin Kennedy and illustrated by Katie Cook. This book was copyright in 2019. All right. Throughout the galaxy, creatures big and small there are. Ready, are you, for an adventure in rhyme and space? Aw, these guys look cute. They are called porgs. Scampering back and forth, popping up and down, scrambling south and north, but always with a frown. Even when they're happy, porgs just look absurd, and yet somehow they're still the cutest kind of bird. Gorgs. Gorgs are like porgs, except they bite, and they're slimy and bug-eyed, and never take flight. So in fact, a gorg is not like a porg. I'm really quite sorry to say they're the rats of the sea. I think you'll agree. Porgs beat gorgs any day. Alright, the Kowakian monkey lizards. On the far-off planet Kowak, an impish creature can be found, and this lizardous, monkeyish rascal makes the most annoying sound. I don't know if it sounds like that. I didn't watch the movies. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. For monkey lizards of Kowak, don't laugh so much as shriek. It's a one-of-a-kind cackle, as obnoxious as it is unique. Aww. Look at these tukas. Tukas with their big pointy ears and their fluffy fat tails. Tukas are hard to ignore. They're just so cute and cuddly to boot, they're impossible not to adore. Cat person or not, try fighting the thought of snuggling one close by your side. It just can't be done. Face it, tukas have won. At least you can say that you tried. Crystal foxes. The crystal foxes on the planet Crate sparkle from head to toe. These spry little creatures are a sight to behold with their crystalline bristles like snow. They're not very cuddly, and they're not very soft. They are better to see than to touch, but when you hear the chime of their crystal fur ringing, you won't mind that. They're spiky, at least not much. Oh, a puffer pigs. A puffer pig's nose is a valuable tool, but that's not all that make puffers unique. when one of these creatures is scared or alarmed, its balloons to a sizable physique. These piggies are hard or handy for mining, of course, but make sure you treat them nicely. If they're startled or frightened, they'll blow up so fast they'll float away, to put it precisely. Here we go. Corallian hounds. If you're hoping to find a gentle companion, if you're shopping for a cuddly cub, if you're looking for a loyal familiar, consider looking elsewhere, bub. Corallian hounds are widely renowned for hunting and tracking and biting. But if you still really want to adopt one, at least you've been warned in writing. Oh! The Minox. Tukas love rats and porgs like fish, and humans eat bantha cheese, but Minox suck power straight out of ships like gigantic bat-winged fleas. They'll drink from the cables under your hull and gnaw on your semiconductors. When it comes to spacefaring vessels and such, Minox are world-class destructors. So watch out for these flying, fast-feeding foes and give a wide berth to their lairs. Otherwise, you might find yourself stranded and in desperate need of repairs. A Kadu. A Kadu. A Kadu is a weird-looking creature. Seriously, just take a gander. It's one part horse and one part duck. I hope you don't mind my candor. A Kadu just looks so darn odd, like a tall, two-legged cow. Then again, people say it has a keen sense of hearing, so maybe I'll be... Loth wolves. Big and shaggy gray and white Loth wolves are the pride of the pack. As long as you're on the side of the light, feel free to hop on one's back. A faster ride you'll never find. Through hypertunnels you'll dash. Loyal and true and mystical too, these wolves are as fast as a flash. A Tauntian is big. A Tauntian is tall. A Tauntian has nothing to fear. A Tauntian is brave. A Tauntian is bold. A Tauntian's the strongest, oh dear. And a Wampus. A Wampa is bigger. A Wampa is taller. A Wampa is vicious and cunning. A Wampa is faster. A Wampa is meaner. That Tauntian had better start running. Okay, Fathiers, or Fathiers. I'm going to say Fathiers. Fathiers. Graceful, great, and swift. That's better. Fathiers are quite a sight. Along the glittering racetracks of the city Canto bite. Powerful and strong and fast, yet gentle, majestic, and kind, these creatures long for freedom. To no longer be confined. Fathiers weren't made for sport, but rather the wild. You'll see, to run without restraint, to be at long last, free. Dewbacks. These are Fathiers and Reeks and Lugabies. There are Banthas and Tantons too. But if you're in the desert on Tatooine, the dewback is the ride for you. The thick, choking dust and the harsh desert heat will break down the sturdiest creatures, but with its leathery hide and its wide webbed feet, the dewback has all the best features. And here, the Raftars. If you took a ball about 2 meters tall, gave teeth to a bite and tentacles to crawl, and pasted it with eyes and warts and all, then decided to form a dozen more. To make a swarm, well, what's that? What do you do? What would you have been? A pack of reindeers, but not a single friend, and your life would no doubt soon be at end. Lugabees. Stomping through the brush, splashing through the bog, shuffling through the desert, slogging through the fog. Lugabees don't tire, lugabees don't fade. These cyber beasts of burden are found in every trade, be it a pirate, a scavenger, a merchant, or a trader. Everyone uses lugabees, well, except Tuscan raiders. Next here, banthas. Banthas are furry and warm and good-hearted, but you'll smell one for parsecs even after you've parted. That isn't so bad because everyone knows if you need a bantha, just follow your nose. Happabores. Happy happabores lounging in Jakku's heat. They never worry about the sun. In fact, they've got it beat. What's the secret, Happabore? How do you stay hydrated? Where do you store and store the water you've located? You see, Happabores can drain a pool with one or two big swallows. They waddle off their bellies full and leave behind dry hollows. So if you're thirsty, take a cue from the happy lumbering lug. Just make sure you get a drink first before it can glug, glug, glug. Okay, Veracitals. A Veracital is a giant reptilian friend with bright-colored feathers from head to tail end. These fast-climbing creatures are loyal and tame, and they only eat plants, so they won't ever maim. To ride a Vactail is a wild delight. What are you waiting for? Hop on and hold tight. Rancors. Rancor in its lair, through the dark a beady stare. An oh so ugly lumbering beastie, warty, scaly, stinky, and greasy. Rancor, Rancor, you're no beauty, but you'll always do your duty, eating all the folks who visit. It's not a bad life, Rancor, is it? Okay, so we got Nexu, Reeks, and Aclays in a dark, dusty chamber, waiting for its turn. And Nexu prowls and bristles, its 4 red eyes each burn. I'm thinking Visine. Next door to the Nexu, locked up till the fight, a Reek sharpens its horns, a terrifying sight. And over there an Aclay scuttles on 6 claws, clacking its sharp pincers and chomping its big jaws. These monsters are all fighters in the great Genosian arena, a place that's even more dangerous than the Moss Eisley Cantina. Alright, we got OPC killers, the Colo clawfish, and the Sando aqua monsters. The oceans of Naboo are filled with creepy creatures with tree-sized razor teeth and other scary features. Watch out for the OP. The OP. Yeah, you know me, the OP. Though it's pretty hard to ignore. If it gets a taste of you, it just might want some more. And don't forget the Colo claw. It's got more teeth than brains. But neither of these creatures is the top of the food chain, because the biggest, meanest baddie down deep in the ocean blue is the Sandu aqua monster. Basically, don't swim on Naboo. We got Sarlacc. sarlaccs. Is a sarlacc a worm or a land-dwelling squid with tentacles that sprawl, or maybe a sarlacc is some kind of plant waiting for victims to fall? Nobody knows, because nobody's managed to carefully study a sarlacc. Brainy biologists who stumble across them are quickly turned into a snack. So keep your distance from a sarlacc. Don't be ashamed to flee. The less we know about these beasts, the happier we will be. The purrgil. Purrgil are whales that float out in space. They fly through the airless void. Everyone loves a purrgil, that is, unless your ship gets destroyed. You try being as big as a purrgil, traveling faster than light. You'll find it isn't so easy to dodge a spaceship in flight. But you can't blame the purrgil. Really, I promise. They hardly mean any harm. They're gentle giants, beloved behemoths. Their size is part of their charm. Yeah, we got space slugs. You've landed your ship down in a cave, but now you're not feeling quite so brave. The ground is all gooey, and the walls are all screwy. And what is that gurgling sound? You've made a mistake. Leave this place in your wake. A space slug's belly is no place to stick around. Alright, the Summa Verminoth. The Summa Verminoth is a mouthful to say, but it's better to say than to see, as these tentacled spacefaring monsters rarely allow escapees. So if you're headed to Kissel, do yourself a favor. Don't tarry or dawdle or coast, because you could face the menacing maw of this beast, and then you and your ship would be toast. Be it big or small, truly wonderful every creature is. After all, size matters not. And that's all the time we have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. I hope you were educated on these Star Wars creatures big and small. I know I was. I can't wait for the big day tomorrow. May the 4th be with you. Bye for now.